Hello and welcome to my announcement for the 2025 Marble Race series. So, of course, I am doing this just so everyone can know of everything to expect from this year when it comes to marble racing. And yes, I know I'm not officially back from my holiday break. I will next Friday, but I just want to post this just so, everyone can know for the 2025 Marble Race series. And before we get this started, I want to say is hope everyone had a nice, safe, happy holidays and a great start to 2025 because this is the first video of the year. So, yeah. So, anyways, enough of all the blabbering. Let's get straight into the action. So, let's start off with number one. The roster is shifting. With the new year here, some marbles will go on a year-long break or so, and some will return to full-time racing for 2025. That's the case here, which I will show off later at the end of this video, but also many will be carried from last year for obvious reasons, such as three marbles, I should say, who were victims of the biggest bust of 2024 award during the award. Okay, yeah, I know my speech is all over the place, but I just getting started with taping everything for this year, so please apologize for a couple of line flubs that will go along the way, but yeah, no one's perfect. But yeah, three marbles who were victims of the biggest bust of 2024 during the 2024 Marble Race Series Awards last month will obviously be carried here just so they can have a chance to get the Most Improved Award for this year. So, yeah. Of course, I will show off what the 2025 Marble Race Series roster is going to be like. So, yeah, which, of course, I will show that off at the end of this episode. So, yeah, we'll save it for the end. Let's just go straight into the next topic. And that is my biggest video of 2025, like already been given away. And that is the Marble Race Series Chapter 3 finale. We're in Season 8 currently, but we're now 2 seasons away from the end of the chapter, and we will transition to Chapter 4 later this year. Of course, you will definitely need to stay tuned for it, since it will already be guaranteed to be my biggest video of 2025. So the info will be shown in the next page right now. Yes, of course, because we now made it to, 2 years of this chapter, and we're in Season 8. You guess where this is gonna go. We are nearing the end of the chapter, and with that chapter finale race coming up, it's already guaranteed to be my biggest video of the year. Just, forget Elimination Tournament 4 or Marble Race Tournament 13 being my biggest video of the year. Now, obviously, what do you know? Chapter finale race gonna be my biggest video of the year, since, we will be transitioning chapters, which let's get into the info about it right now. So, here is the information for C3 Marble Race 100. It will be an ultimate elimination style tournament with everyone on the roster competing. Tracks will shift in every part. The marbles will be split into 2 groups. The last 2 marbles standing in the respective groups will enter the semifinals in part 3 for a chance at the world title if they could be the first to score 5 points. The grand finale track will be a massive one, so definitely be on the lookout how that one's going to look like. And the chapter finale race will release every Friday in 4 parts, just to, stay a little bit consistent with the schedule of 1 marble video every Friday. So, yeah. So, of course, the rankings and in the, in the 2 groups, because, if I were to use everyone at once in just one big go, then, it would be a complete colossal mess. So, of course, I'm splitting everybody into 2 groups. So, yeah. But, of course, anyone who places last in the 2 groups respectively will wind up with a loss point, just so you know. So, yeah. So that is the information for C3 Marble Race 100, the Chapter 3 finale. Now let's move on to the next page. So, it was on OBS again. Whoops. So, for more information on the what the 2025 Marble Race Series is gonna play out. The first Marble Championships of 2025 will take place in February, as the fourth elimination tournament will be happening this month due to how rushed and poor Elimination Tournament 3 came out. But they'll both be upcoming bangers, though. Yes, like I said, I do apologize how Marble Race Elimination Tournament 3 turned out because of Cat's Eye Blue's mishap on the vertical paddle wheel piece. Like, I was just, running the whole thing like fine until I realized that Cat's Eye Sky Blue was still in it the whole time, despite that he was meant to be eliminated via DNF. So, my apologies that I didn't check very well, but I'm sure I'll keep everything when it comes to the track in pure surveillance, just so I make sure everybody is running through the track well. If they get stuck, they will be eliminated via DNF, so yeah, I'm making sure I learn that lesson once I, get to work on the fourth elimination tournament for this month. So which means the first Marble Championships of 2025, which was originally planned for this month, is now pushed to February for obvious reasons and based on what I just said. So yeah. So, of course, Marble Race Elimination Tournament 4 will come out this month, and the first Marble Championships of 2025 will be in February, just so everyone can know. And as for Marble Race Tournament 13's scheduling, I will announce that in the future, but expect it to be, sometime late in the year due to the fact that I have the chapter finale race going on, so yeah. So now, before we get to the roster reveal, let's go over everything. So, okay, yeah. So, for the roster shifting with the new year here, some marbles will go on a year-long break or so, and some will return to full-time racing for 2025. That's the case here, which I will show off later at the end of this video, but also many will be carried from last year for obvious reasons, such as 3 marbles who were victims of the biggest bust of 2024 award during the 2024 Marble Race Series Awards last month, or last year I should say. The Marble Race Series Chapter 3 finale, which, is also known as C3 Marble Race 100. We're in Season 8 currently, but we're now 2 seasons away from the end of the chapter, and we will transition to Chapter 4 later this year. Of course, you definitely need to stay tuned for it, since it will already be already be guaranteed to be my biggest video of 2025. Okay, my bad for that line flub right there. So the info will be shown right now in the next page. It will be an ultimate elimination style tournament with everyone on the roster competing. Tracks will shift in every part. The marbles will be split into 2 groups. The last 2 marbles standing in the respective groups will enter the semifinals in part 3 for a chance at the world title if they can be the first to score 5 points. The grand finale track will be a massive one, I should say, because as it says, the grand finale will have a massive track. And finally, the chapter finale race will release every Friday in 4 parts. And for extra info, the first Marble Championships of 2025 will take place in February, as the 4th elimination tournament will be happening this month due to how poor and rushed, or in this case, rushed and poor how Elimination Tournament 3 came out. Okay, my bad for another line fill up here and there, but well, I'm just trying to get used to everything for this year since I had a pretty long break after all. But of course, they will still be bangers though. Alright, so with all that information gone over, let's go ahead and show off the 2025 Marble Race Series roster. So, as you can see, here are all the marbles that will be staying for the year, especially the ones who have gotten the biggest bust of 2024 award during the 2024 Marble Race Series Award show. But right here in this blue area are the ones who will be leaving for the year, or 2 I should say, but yeah. So the ones that will be leaving are Shiny Black, Green Swirl, Amber, Earth, Rainforest, Ocean Blue, Murky Blue, Strong Metal, Blue Swirl, Jungle, and Deep Blue. So, of course, we are saying goodbye to these. How many? It's like 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 11 marbles who will be going away for the year. But I am introducing 5 returning marbles for the year, which are American Swirl, who is now going to be renamed from Solid American Swirl to American Swirl for this marble in particular. Then we have his Red Swirl, Desert Ocean, Sunset, and finally Pearl. So these are the 5 marbles who will be coming back for this year, along with the rest right up here. And yes, for those who are wondering, both Desert Ocean and Sunset were brought back as a request. So yeah, for anyone who are wanting these two to return to the roster, well, there you have it. So in trade for these 11 right here, we have these 5 coming back. So yeah. So of course, let me count the amount of marbles and then we'll finish the video off. So after all the counting that I did just now, we are starting this new year off with 44 marbles in total. So yeah, of course we will stack up to 50 max like we did last year, with some newcomers and maybe like 1 or 2 returning marbles, even coming from one of these guys, even though yeah, they're all going away for this year, especially Shiny Black in particular, since he was one of the more dominant marbles on the roster. And yeah, in order to kind of balance the playing field out a little bit, I decided that he's going to be one of the marbles that will be leaving for this year, and I don't think he's going to come back to the roster until maybe next year or maybe 2 years. I'm not sure, but yeah, just to keep the balance, in a pretty good condition, or in good fare, I should say, whatever you want to pronounce it as. Then yeah, Shiny Black has to go, because if I were to keep him around, he would probably just dominate in almost any race I put him in. So yeah. So anyways, with the reveal of the 2025 Marble Race Series roster, along with some changes, we are going to sign off the video. And before we sign off, I do apologize for some issues with the microphone, but it's probably coming down to the fact that I had to switch phones due to a lost dongle, which means I can't reuse my lapel mic with my iPhone SE2 anymore. I'm doing all the video recording with my iPhone 15 Pro from now on, so yeah, I just want to point that out. So anyways, that is it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up to show your support. Feel free to follow all my socials down below, and subscribe with the notification bell enabled. And of course, I will see you guys back next Friday for the first Marble Race of 2025, which is going to be a pretty big one for sure. So anyways, that's it for this. See you next Friday, and have a good day.